Hey everyone, this is Harshit. I hope you are doing well. Today in this video, we are going to check out demo of Potato extension for Webflow. I created this extension while I was learning about Chrome extensions in general. So far, it has been great, but this particular extension is created to save your time in Webflow. It contains a lot of different features, which is going to make you more efficient, productive, and work faster in Webflow, especially if you use client first system. So let's dive right into the video and check out all the features one by one. Now, once you have installed the extension in your browser, you will need to enable the features that you want to use. For that, you need to go to Webflow, and then on top of your web browser, there is a toolbar for extensions. You will find a potato icon there. So click on that potato icon and it will open a pop-up with a list of features. You can see the UI is also very potato. Now to enable all the features, you can basically click on the switch, turn on the switches. This is how you can enable or disable a feature. This is made intentionally like this so that you can only enable the features that you want to use. Now, before turning on any feature or disabling any feature, make sure that you have saved your progress in Webflow, because this is going to give a refresh to the designer. Now, I have saved my project. I can click on update features and it is going to refresh my designer. Once the designer is refreshed, you can see now all the features are enabled. When you click on potato, you can again see this, all the features are enabled and this should be working. Now, you might see a potato icon on the left right here. This does just means that potato is working. So please, if you're trying to click on it, it won't work. I think in future I might create a UI in there as well. But let's start with exploring all the features. Let's start with the first feature, which is converting pixel value to REMs. So if you go to potato, this is the first feature, which is add 1 divided by 16 rem with a spacebar. So this is basically converting pixel values to rem value in Webflow. For that, I'm going to take a div block and I'm going to give this a height of, let's say, 500 pixels. Now to convert this value to rem, I will simply click 500 and hit a spacebar. It will be converted to rems. For width as well, I will type 200 and hit a spacebar, and you can see it is working seamlessly here. Now, you might have seen this shortcut in Webflow where you can apply values in opposite sides on or on all of the sides as well. So for example, if I type here 200 and hit shift plus enter, it will be applied to all the sides. Potato extensions works very similar as well. So instead of hitting shift plus enter, you can hit shift plus spacebar. So I will type here 200 and hit shift plus spacebar, and now you can see the values, the rem values are applied on all of the sides. For opposite sides, you can click on control plus spacebar. So let's type 500 and hit control plus spacebar, and you can see the values are now applied on opposite sides only. So these are the two shortcuts that you can use on the spacing panel. If you want to check out these shortcuts, simply go here and hover here in this information icon and you can see the shortcuts right there. Second feature of the potato extension is copying SVG code from asset panel directly. Before, you have to click on an SVG and then open the link in a new tab and then go to inspect element and then copy the SVG code from here. So this is what it used to be before, but with potato extension things are a bit easier now. So if you come to your designer, you will see whenever you open an SVG settings, you can see there are a few extra buttons here that is added from potato extension, and one of them is called copy SVG code. Once you click on it, it will do the job for you. It will copy the SVG code and it will also apply as values like width to 100%, height to 100%, fill to current color as well. So let's take a embed here and paste our SVG code. Now you can see my SVG is here and I can directly go to the color and change the color of it. So this will do all the work for you. You just need to paste the cost. Now there is a very similar feature to this, which is our third feature, which is actually doing a little bit of extra stuff for you as well. So you don't have to take any embeds in the third feature. Instead, what you can do, simply copy the whole thing as embed, and when you paste it inside Webflow, it will be pasted as an embed directly. So you don't have to create an embed and paste it. The only thing is the name of the embed will be called as potato embed. So feel free to rename it to your own class. So for example, you can give this a class of card icon, a features card icon. That's completely on you. Let's jump to the next feature. Now the third feature of Potato extension is called Image Dimension Helper. Now for a good website performance, it is very important that we don't have CLS in our website, which is cumulative layout shifts. It happens when browser is trying to calculate the space that is going to taken by some content in our website, and the browser is not able to identify the space and it create layout shifts in your browser. So that is called the CLS. You can read more about it in Google. But to avoid CLS for images in Webflow, we actually have a good practice, which is adding inline width and height for the images. So for example, this image right here, if I double click on it, I can have an inline width and height for the image. The second way is to add aspect ratio as well. So you can follow both of the practice, but I by default add inline width and height to all of my images in the site. So for that, you can double click on it and you can type the numbers from your image. Like this image is 500 by 600. So this is how you can do it. But the thing is, Webflow doesn't give us an option to add it automatically. That is where Potato comes in. So you might see two extra buttons right here, which is add original dimensions. So you can simply click on it and it will add the width and height for you from the image. So let's check with the new image here. I will click on add original dimensions and you can see that it is added here as well. Add original dimensions, it is working seamlessly. Now there is a second option as well. If you have exported the image as 2x, which is for HIDPI images, so for retina screens you might want to export image at higher quality, so and then give them an inline width and height just half, so that when there are bigger screens, their quality is actually better for those screens, for retina screens. But let's come to the feature here, which is add HIDPI dimensions. So when you click on it, it will basically add the values and divide them by 2, again doing all the heavy lifting for you. So you can see when you click on HIDPI image, it will only add width here if you click on the checkbox from Webflow, but I have added a button here which will add height and width, both of it for you. Now you might see some image distortion here once you add this feature. For example, something like this. Let's add 100% width. You can see the image is kind of distorted here. So you can simply add a CSS height auto and it will kind of fix it. Now the next two features of Potato extensions is about adding alt text to your images and assets. For that, you need to navigate to the asset panel. And when you click on the settings, there you will see two options. You will see options based on the asset type. For example, this is a JPEG file. If you click on SVG, you will see a few different options again here, but we want to use the one that is for alt text. Now, the first one is setting alt text from the asset name. So for example, here it is an archive icon. So I can click on set alt text from name. It will take the name and set it as alt text. Now it doesn't make sense on all of the time, but if you have your name, asset name properly, this is going to help you. For example, if I click on this and set alt text from name, you can say it says powerful battery, and then if you want you can add more stuff here. For example, powerful battery graphic, something like this. So this is not definitely to this definitely doesn't suit all of the images, but this is definitely going to help you add alt text faster. Now the second feature is adding alt text using AI. So for that you will see a second button. Now this is only supported for JPEG, PNG, WebP and GIF formats. So whenever you have those assets, those will be visible here. For example, this one is a WebP format. You can see it is visible here as well. Now let's click on it and click on set alt using AI. We will wait for a few seconds and there we go. An image of an electric device in the middle of a picture. Let's try it one more time. I will go here in this image, click on set alt using AI. Now it is saying a group of people riding bikes down a road. Now there is one thing to keep in mind here. This is generating alt text without any pre-given context. So let's say they are riding a bike of a specific company. Let's say it's Hero MotoCorp, right? So it will not write their riding bike of Hero MotoCorp. You have to do that manually right now. But it will generate alt text descriptions based on what is visible on the image. You can say it is generating captions for your images. Now let's check out the last feature of Potato extension, which is my favorite feature. It's called class name helper style systems, or for client first. So I primarily made this for client first, but this could be helpful in other style systems as well. So let me show you how it actually works. So for example, I have this section and I'm going to take a form component right here, and let's start naming this this component according to client first system. So first I will give this a class of form underscore let's say block, and next time I go to the form wrapper on the navigator, this is how I would like to name it, right? Like form underscore wrapper. And the thing is, you can see that there is a lot of manual work. You have to type that form underscore again and again. If you go down 2 folders or 2 underscores, you have to type it actually 2 times. So for example, here I have form underscore message underscore success. Please don't mind the typo. And here again I have to type form underscore message underscore error. So this is how you have to actually do it manually, but using potato extension you can actually get this done much faster. So let's type here form underscore block, and when I go to form, you might see it is kind of having a placeholder text there which is coming from potato. That is not a Webflow feature. So you can simply click on shift and it will type the initials for you for a component. So now I can simply type here form wrapper. For example, this is a form field, so you can see that this is making my workflow much faster. There we go. This also goes down to folder levels as well. So for example, here if I type for form message success, and now if I go to error message and if I hit shift, it will actually take me to 2 levels, which is form underscore message underscore now I can type error basically. So this is how it works. Now you can change a few different parameters here. So you can change the trigger key. So right now I use shift because I think that is that works best for me, but you have a few different options to select from. You can select arrow up, arrow down, right and left. You can also select trigger type to be key release or key press. The difference is right now I was working on key press. So as soon as I hit shift, it kind of writes the component name for me. But if you are on key release, it will wait for you to release the key and then it will type it. So right now I am holding the key. Now I release the key. You can see now it typed. The reason is because when you are on, let's say, key press, you won't be able to have capital letters, which is not part of client first system. You might have capital letters in other system, maybe your own system as well. So I just wanted to make sure I give that option. I don't want people to feel stuck using this feature. So now you can see that if I go to, for example, this and shift to key release, so now I can type capital letters as well. And the next time I will go to a element and hit shift, you can see the capital letters are also working. So you can change the configuration based on your needs. For me personally, these two configuration works the best. You also see an option here which says show initials when focused. This is to show you the placeholder thing I was talking about. So here right now you can see there is nothing visible, but it is still typing it for me. There we go. And it is not visible, but I like to keep this option on because it just shows me what will be entered there when I hit shift. Now you might be wondering how I can refresh it. So right now it says form wrapper, and let's say now you started working on a completely different component, which is a slider. Okay, so you can see right now it is still showing form underscore. Now to reset it, you just have to type it once. So slider wrapper, for example, and the next time you go there, it kind of remembers your last value. This is created based on user behavior. Like generally we work on a single component for a time and then we jump to the next component. So again, this is going to make your process faster, if not the best. So those were all the features of the extensions. Now, if you click on Potato, you will see a few different links here. One of the link is from the help docs. So you can read about the features. I have not added a lot of things, but you can find this video there as well. Second option is to report a bug. This is a Google form you can submit whenever you find a bug so that I can see them and fix them as soon as possible. The third one is if you want to support Potato extension, you can use the buy me a coffee option. So that is it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed the demo. Feel free to ask any questions in the comments down below, share your opinion and suggest new features that you want to see in Potato extension. You will find link for the extension down in the description below. And this is Harshit signing off. Have a great day. Bye bye.